Welcome back to another episode of Boom or Bust, your home for NFL Draft Talk. I'm your host, Terry, and today doing another 2018 rookie breakdown. Today we got Derwin James, and Derwin James of the Los Angeles Chargers. And I did not look up what pick he got drafted. First round, of course. But anyway, Derwin James coming out of Florida State. You know what? If Minkah Fitzpatrick wasn't there, then you talking about the most anticipated safety to come out. And you know what? Minkah had a lot of different tools in different areas. And so I feel like he got bumped up a little bit higher. But with Derwin James, it wasn't so much his skill set. It was his injury. People were wondering if he would recover and still have the same athleticism. And I haven't watched a lot of his film, so I'm actually excited to watch it. But I would say watching him his last year at Florida State, versus before his injury, it was not completely different, but he had a different level of athleticism. And so I'm wondering to see if he got that back this year. That'd be interesting to see. And so I think that's what people were really concerned about. As far as me, I thought he had all the tools. I just thought he had bad angles coming down as a run defender. Not that he was scared to hit or anything, but a lot of times he just filled the alley incorrectly, and I just felt like he gave up some big plays. But something that could be fixed, and I thought he'd be a playmaker, and I thought Minkah would be as well. So it was really a toss-up between what you wanted them to do, because Minkah could do different things than Derwin James. And so anyway, Derwin James went number 17 overall, and yeah, pretty much like everyone predicted, had a big play or a big season. And I know he was a Pro Bowler. I can't remember if he was an All-Pro or not, but either way, a big season. So anyway, going to go ahead and look at some of his big plays, interceptions, sacks, and it's going to go from the later part of the season to the earlier part of the season. So first, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Derwin James is right here, playing kind of center field. Well, not deep center field, but middle. Actually, that's not Derwin James. Derwin James is man coverage. That's fine. That would be hard to figure out from the all 22 exactly where he is. So Derwin James is playing in the slot here. Right there. Okay. I can't see the numbers from here. So Derwin James is right here, actually off the edge, like he's going to blitz. Instead, peels off into coverage. And against a tight end, that's just good recovery speed. I mean, the pre-snap look, as you saw, Derwin James didn't look like he was going to be in coverage. He looked like he possibly would blitz. He's outside of the tight end. And so really, as a quarterback, that's a tough angle for you to get over here to man coverage. And so you're probably thinking this guy's probably blitzing. And if he doesn't blitz, he's going to be trailing in coverage. But the thing is, Derwin James is really fast. And so, especially against a tight end. Now, if this is Antonio Brown, it's different. But he's able to close down the gap between them, get under his hip, in trail technique. Now, if that was a good pass, Derwin James, it'd be tough for him. But he was in trail technique, and I hate when this does this. But he was in trail technique, and so pretty much he was in an angle where if you made a bad pass, he's going to make a play. And so that's pretty much what we saw there. And then we'll let it roll from the end zone view so we can get a little bit closer look. And so again, Derwin James is all the way outside there, closes down. Ben gets hit a little bit, so the pass is off. And then you just see the playmaking ability afterwards to pick up some yards after the interception. So that athleticism on display to be able to get back to the tight end. So this is like a game. Where's Derwin James? I believe he's right here. Takes the flat. Oh, wow. What a bad pass. And again, this video. Anyway, takes the running back out of the flat. Quarterback just tries to squeeze it, and Derwin's right there to take it. Trying to see here the angle. Yeah, it was really because if you throw it underneath, he's not really. I mean, he's got a chance to pick up some yards, but he's pretty well covered. So that was a bad mistake by the quarterback to try to fit that in. But you're just really seeing Derwin James play man coverage on two different positions already and making plays on bad passes. So pretty impressive as far as you're talking about asking your safety to cover tight end, cover running back, all those different things. All right, so versus the Cleveland Browns. And we'll wait to get to the end zone view because I couldn't even see what happened, but it's clearly a sack. All right. So Derwin James is coming off the edge, setting up his pass rush move against a running back. Not even a contest. And the running back really holds him. But the coverage is good downfield. Doesn't give up on the play. Derwin James makes the sack. So, I mean, honestly, even if he didn't, the coverage wasn't holding up. If there was no hold there, you're talking about Derwin James with an easy defeat of the running back on his way to a sack. Sets him up. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, long arms against a running back, that's all day. Possibly a tight end as well. So 49ers. Oh, that's not Derwin James. Where is he at? It's like, where's Waldo? All right, so I'm guessing he was in on a sack. All right, so he's over here on the edge. And I remember the Chargers like to play with a bunch of safeties, so it's kind of hard finding him. Looks like Ingram is in some type of man coverage. He moves all the way around. So blitzing off the edge, like pretty much like an outside linebacker. That clearly was the wrong thing. I'm guessing that Derwin James was supposed to stay outside because they wouldn't call a loop with two guys going inside. And that's what you get with people that aren't defensive linemen. They don't understand pass rush lanes, and so they just want to go where they want to go. This is set up for him to stay here on the outside contain, but he doesn't see any action there, so he just folds back inside. Well, there's another guy there, but Ingram makes the quarterback bounce, and sticking with the play, James is able to wrap him up, and just really having an athlete around the line. So 49ers again, Derwin James is down here in the slot. Blitzes off the edge. Woo! Just pure explosion. And speed to close. I mean, he's a big safety, but he has a lot of speed. And he has that explosion that you saw prior to his injury. And so, at this point, with a 5-man rush, nobody's there to pick him up because the running back's in the route. He's flying. He is flying to the quarterback. And that's just one of the things you get to do with Derwin James. Not only the speed to close on coverage, but the speed to close on sacks as well. So now you're going against the Los Angeles Rams. Interception. So let's see what we got here. Derwin James is right here. Oh my God. This man looks so good. So we got 2-on-2 right here. I don't know if it's man or zone. Zone probably because he's passing him off. So he goes flat, takes him. He sees the flag route and just attacks the ball, undercuts it. I mean, and that's not a great pass back off either because you got to look at the position of the safety. You got to understand what you're throwing into. So right here, well, of course. So right here, you got to understand that this safety and he's throwing it underneath. And so you might want to throw it far, but the safety's over the top. And so if you throw it underneath here, it's harder to make a play. But Derwin James just undercuts it and makes that play. So that's tough. I mean, I won't say Goff is completely at fault. I take that back because that's a tough pass to make. At the point when he throws the ball, Derwin James is over the top. But when the ball gets there, he's able to drive on it and get underneath. Now, you could have put it a little further towards the pylons, but whatever. That's a huge play by Derwin James. But that's why they tell you, like, in the red zone or the white zone, what I call it, it gets harder to pass the ball because it's so much shorter space. And so that's an easy pickup for him. So now Derwin James is on the edge against the Bills. Got a blitz, tight end go, and he's by himself. That's easy pickings. And so one thing, if they continue to use a lot of fast guys, a lot of safeties, it's going to be hard for people to pick up the blitzes because now it's like, okay, there's a lot of movement going on that line. So the line has to be incredibly smart to pick it all up and understand who's blitzing, who's not. Because you got 3 on the line plus these 4. So out of these 7, who's coming, who's dropping into coverage. And his tight end is in a route all the way. He's not even looking to block. So really it's 5 on 7. Now you're like, okay. By the time you pick those guys up, you done left one. And you want to take most dangerous. Most dangerous is the inside guys. But Derwin James is fast, man. So that quarterback has to be alert and be ready to get rid of it. And Josh Allen is not no small dude. And Derwin James is not either. So nice ability to take him down to tackle. And I see Derwin blitzing off the edge again. And takes down Pat Mahomes. So again, we got everybody up on the edge. This guy's done. So he's against a left tackle. So as we can see, the left tackle, that's just bad communication by the offensive line. Really, I mean, but Derwin James is being an athlete. He's doing what he has to do, and that's hunting the quarterback. Because I would have been interested to see what would happen if Eric Fisher would have got his hands on him, but he reverts back to the inside pressure, not realizing you have this guard plus that running back to help you. And so they just let Derwin James go. And again, you want to protect inside pressure first because that's the most dangerous. And so I understand that, but that was a mistake by the O-line. And so I would have liked to see if Derwin James go up against him and see if he would have beat him. But anyway, he's let loose and able to hunt down Pat Mahomes, who's got good wheels, not the fastest, but good wheels. So you just let that man eat. And I guess that was it. So Derwin James, man, I was real impressed, to be honest with you. Real impressed by those highlights. I don't think he is as twitchy as he was prior to the injury, but he's explosive and fast just as well and is a big dude. And I think he's going to be great for the Chargers for many years to come. So anyway, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Derwin James. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.